can I just say it's great to come out here and see so many people and so many of our cleaners here with solidarity, fighting for the justice that this campaign represents. My name's Sandy Nicola, I'm the Unison Branch Secretary at SOAS, and I'm here in solidarity with our members who are discriminated against inside this college. Now that in itself should be a shocking thing to have to say, because SOAS presents itself around the world as an institution that talks about social justice, that talks about caring, that talks about actually doing things positive around the world. So in my view, that starts at home, and if they don't sort this issue out, then we're going to have far more protests like this and even bigger and more pressure put on this university, because it's a disgrace that we have a two-tier workforce inside this university. The cleaners in this university, as far as I'm concerned, actually do as useful and as necessary a job as any other member of staff that keeps this institution running, and without them none of us would be able to be in this building on a daily basis, because it would be unfit to work inside. And if I don't accept that there's any justification for the way that these workers are treated, and we're here to say we've had enough of it, it's gone on for far too long, and we're here to put a stop to it now. Now I'm really proud of the fact that this is a coalition that involves academic staff, that involves support staff, it's directly employed by the university, that's supported by the Students' Union, which have been fantastically helpful in building the pressure on the university. But I'm most proud of the fact that it's a campaign that's led by the workers themselves who are directly affected, and that's the SOAS outsourced contract workers, and in particular the ISS cleaners. So I'd like to start the rally by asking one of the cleaners, Lennon, are you there? To maybe come up and say a few words about why this issue is a central issue for everybody that works in this institution.
Thank you very much. This is a first for me, so please bear with me. Basically, we're not fighting for anything extraordinary. All we want is a pension. I don't want to have to work until I'm 70 plus. We like a bit more than maybe 21 days holiday a year. I'd like to be able to take the day off sick and not lose money and not have to worry about it. Simple things really, nothing complicated, you know. Equality with other people, that's pretty much all we want, you know, and a pension. It's not a lot to ask for, I don't think. I think that sort of sums it up, doesn't it? It's not a lot to ask for, yet we've been asking now for 3 years, and the university continues to stonewall. And therefore I think we have to say that we need to keep this pressure massively on them so that they know that they're not going to be allowed to continue to push this issue further and further into the future. The next speaker I'd like to call is the newly elected UCU branch president, Nadia Al-Ali. Nadia has been involved in this campaign for quite a number of years now. She's always been a supporter of what we've been fighting for, which is essentially justice, it's essentially equality of treatment. And Nadia will bring, hopefully, the support of the UCU branch to this campaign.
Thanks, Sandy. When I joined SOAS in the 90s, I came here as a student because of what SOAS represents. It's not like I didn't choose to go to LSE because I believe that SOAS represents equality and interest in social justice. Yes. Trying to find out how, trying to undo the ills that the British Empire did on other countries. And so now that I'm working at SOAS, I also feel that this is the reason I'm teaching at SOAS. And so it is for me very much a part of actually what SOAS stands for. This campaign is at the heart of what SOAS stands for. And I very much hope, I agree with Sandy, that SOAS is so many things. It's the director, it's the teachers, it's the students, and it's the cleaners, and it's the professional services. And I think one of the things that now in my role as union president, what I feel very strongly about is that there's too much us versus them at SOAS. There is students versus teachers, there's one faculty versus the other, there's academic versus non-academic, there's the cleaners versus, I don't know, managers. And I think it's time that we move beyond this us versus them and think about the way how in this context of austerity and crisis we can survive and make SOAS a stronger and better place. And I'm here in solidarity.
Is that one of the committees that will potentially make the decision as to whether or not these workers are treated fairly is actually meeting this afternoon. And one of the things that we have on our side is the fact that the Students' Union will be represented at that meeting, and the Students' Union at SOAS has historically played a great role in making sure that this issue doesn't fall off the agenda. And that means that the student activists that have been part of this campaign, pushing this campaign forward, have been a vital part of what we've been about. So I'd like to call Christian, who's still on the Student Union Executive, or just, yeah, still on the Student Union Executive, to say a few words on behalf of the SOAS Student Union and why this campaign is vital.
Thank you so much, and thank you for coming out today. So as Sandy said, the reason why we're here today is because the Resource and Planning Committee are meeting in just around 45 minutes. So we're here to make sure that this committee, it's a bureaucratic committee, but actually they do have the power to say yes to those three demands of pensions, holiday pay and sick pay. If they say yes, it will be very hard for the governing body not to give the final approval. That's why we're here to make this case very strong, so they have no chance then to say, okay, let's do it now. What we might see is that they will try to push it, they will try to keep this going for longer. But I just have one message to them. If you're doing that, we'll continue, and we're not just going to be here on the steps. We'll be in your offices. So, so you might as well just do it now, make it easier for yourself, and give the cleaners, the outsourced workers, just a little bit more respect. And respect can be said in words, respect can also be said in terms and conditions. So yeah, please do both. And yes, everyone who's been involved in this, there's a lot of new people who've been involved in this campaign, and I think it's so good to see many new faces taking up this battle. And I'm sure like this battle started before I came. I'm a newbie in this game. And it will continue after I leave. So, you better just give it now.
Thank you very much, Christian. I think that should be a message that management take on board, and I hope actually it isn't still going on when you leave, Christian, because I hope we can actually win this, because it's actually the right thing for management in this institution to do.